friends, welcome back to Alaskan Homemaker. I'm Mary. The weather's been cool lately and we've had our rainy season that we're going through right now, and it's been in the 50s at night and the 60s during the day, so it feels like fall now. So we've been getting our fall decorations out, and today we're going to make pumpkin cookies with brown butter frosting and pumpkin ribbon bread and some pumpkin latte. Everything pumpkin. So we're going to start with the pumpkin cookies with the brown butter frosting. I've got a half a cup of butter here. I was just going to soften it in the microwave, but it ended up melting, but it'll be all right. We're going to get 3/4 cup of sugar. Okay, and I've got my homemade brown sugar. We're going to get 3/4 cup of brown sugar. These are one of our favorite cookies. They are so good. They literally melt in your mouth. It doesn't take long for them to be gone in our house, and they freeze really well also, so you can make a really big batch and freeze some if you want to. Okay, we're going to mix this up with our mixer a little bit. Looks good. I had some leftover pumpkin, but I need a little bit more. We need 1 cup of pumpkin, and I'm using this organic pumpkin from Azure Standard. It's just pumpkin puree. Okay, that looks good. We need 1 egg. And we're going to put 2 teaspoons of vanilla, Mexican vanilla. My oven is preheating to 350 degrees. Okay, we're going to blend this up now. Okay, that looks good. Now we're going to get our spices in here. We need 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, a 1/4 teaspoon of cloves, ground cloves, and I've got some nutmeg. You need a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, and I love the whole nutmeg, and I love to grate it myself on the microplane. It smells so good and is really delicious. So we'll grate some of this nutmeg in here. We need 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, we're gonna give this a mix. Okay, we need 2.5 cups of flour. All right, we're gonna give that a mix. I've got my cookie sheet with some parchment paper on here. I've got my cookie scoop here. I think I might be able to fit 16 cookies on here, because this is the small cookie scoop. Ooh, these smell so good. Full of pumpkin spice flavors. So we're gonna get these into the oven. It's heated at 350 degrees and we're gonna cook them for 12 minutes. I'll bring you back when they're ready. Our timer just went off. Oh, they smell so good. All that pumpkin spice. And we've got our second cookie sheet ready to go. So we're gonna get that in the oven. Set our timer for 12 minutes. Ooh, it smells so good. Does the fall time make you guys wanna cook everything pumpkin? It always makes me want to bake and make lots of pumpkin things and make lots of soup. It's perfect soup weather. These are a really soft cookie. And that brown butter frosting is so good. The first time I made these, I didn't make the brown butter. I just made the butter and put the powdered sugar and vanilla in there. But the second time I made it, I browned the butter, and it adds an extra layer of flavor that is so good that now I never skip the brown butter part. Okay, I'm gonna get the rest of these cookies baked up, and then we're gonna start the brown butter frosting. We're gonna start our brown butter frosting. I'm gonna get this burner on a medium heat. It's starting to turn brown, a little golden, and you don't want to walk away at this point. You definitely want to keep stirring because it can go from brown butter to burnt. So you can see little golden specks in here. And now it's really turning. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. A good eye on it. Hopefully you can see really good. I think you can see those golden little specks in there. And that looks pretty good. So we're going to scoop this off of the heat. And we're going to start making our frosting. Okay, so you can see all those little golden flakes in the butter. So we're going to pour that into our bowl. We're going to put 3 cups of powdered sugar. I hope I have 3 cups. We're cutting it close. It looks like we're going to make it. That was exactly 3 cups. We're going to put 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And a 1/4 cup of milk. Now we're going to get this mixed up. Our mixer. I'm going to give it a little bit of a head start, so hopefully we won't have a cloud of powdered sugar going everywhere. Here's our delicious brown butter frosting. With all those little brown butter bits, it looks like cinnamon in our icing, but it's just the brown butter. It's so good. And now it's time to ice our cookies. I like to just use a spoon and get some on the back of my spoon and then just ice each cookie. With a little cookie scoop, it makes about 62 cookies. That's how many I got today. And there's our little pumpkin cookies. These are so good. Delicious. This icing is so good. You guys definitely don't want to skip the brown butter part. It is really good. It adds a delicious layer of flavor. Once these sit for a little while, the icing will get where it won't come off. It'll stay on the cookie. And these do freeze really well. You can just put them in a container, and once the frosting is on good, then you can put a layer of cookies and then put some parchment paper and then put some more cookies. You can flash freeze them first if you want to also, and then just pull out how many cookies you want. We make these cookies all year. We love these cookies. They're one of our favorites. The good thing about these cookies too is the cookie part isn't overly sweet, so the icing complements it nicely. It's really good. We've got some of our pumpkin cookies iced. Let's give it a try. These are so good. It's like a cloud cookie. It's so soft, and that brown butter icing. This is super delicious. You guys should give this recipe a try. So good. We're ready to make our pumpkin bread, so we're going to get started with the filling. We need 2 packages of cream cheese, and I've let these sit out at room temperature for a little while. get that into our bowl. I'm going to link all of the recipes in the description box below. Now we're going to get a 1/3 cup of sugar and 1 tablespoon of flour into our mix. And 1 egg. Now we're going to give this a mix. This recipe doesn't call for vanilla, but I'm going to put a little splash of vanilla in the filling and a little splash of vanilla in the bread. Ooh, it's nice and creamy. Okay, we're going to set this aside for a second. And now we're going to work on our bread portion. We're going to get 1 cup of pumpkin into our bowl. And we've got 2 eggs. I'm going to use avocado oil. You can use the oil of your choice. We're going to use 1/2 cup. We're just going to give this a little mix with this. I didn't wash my beaters or anything because it's all going into the bread and that little bit's not going to hurt anything. Okay, we're going to use 1/2 teaspoon of salt. 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves. And 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, if I can talk. I'm using Ceylon cinnamon. And we're using 1 teaspoon of baking soda. I'm going to put a little splash of vanilla. It doesn't call for it, but I just want to put some in. It smells so good. Okay, and then we're going to get 1.5 cups of sugar. Okay, we're going to get this mixed up. That looks good. And we're going to get 1 2/3 cups of flour. Okay, we're going to give this a mix. This recipe also calls for 1 cup of chopped pecans, but some of my family doesn't care for nuts inside of baked goods, so I always leave it out. I've got 2 greased and floured bread pans. You guys have seen me grease and flour the bread pans a lot, so if you haven't seen it, then all of the bread videos pretty much have the greasing and flouring of the pans. It helps to release the bread easily. Okay, and now we're going to get 1/4 of the bread, the pumpkin part, into each one. And then I'm just tipping it around so that it can even out a bit. Okay, and then we're going to get the cream cheese mixture into the center. Okay, we're gonna move this one for a second. Okay, so we're gonna get little dollops. We're gonna put half on this bread and half on the other bread. We've got to get all that good filling out. Okay, and I'm going to try to spread the cream cheese part over the whole bread. Okay, that one looks pretty good. Okay, that looks pretty good. And now we're going to get another layer of pumpkin on top of each one. I'm going to try to spread it out evenly. Got a little bit of the pumpkin on the side, so I'm going to just clean that up a little bit. There we go. Okay, our bread is going into the oven at 325 degrees for 90 minutes, an hour and a half. So we're gonna stick this in and set our timer for 90 minutes. I'll see you back in a while. Chad is the latte king in our house. He always makes me a latte every morning. So he's gonna make a pumpkin spice latte. He's gonna put a 1/4 teaspoon of pumpkin spice, a couple teaspoons of maple syrup. You can put how much maple syrup to your taste. And we're using whole milk for our lattes. And we always use Mexican vanilla. We're starting with 1 tablespoon of maple syrup and seeing how that tastes. Ooh, that looks delicious. Our delicious pumpkin cookies are done and our bread cooked for exactly 90 minutes. We got 2 loaves. Here's 1 loaf. And here is the other loaf. And I cut some up. You can see that ribbon of pumpkin. And it looks so good. And here's our delicious latte that Chad made. So we're going to stir up that maple syrup in there and give it a try. Ooh, it's so delicious. Tastes wonderful. And here's our pumpkin ribbon bread. We'll give that a try. Ooh, it's so delicious. It's really wonderful. The recipe says the bread should be stored in the refrigerator. I hope you guys enjoyed all of these pumpkin recipes. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope your day has been blessed, and I will see you all next time. Bye!